Hey everyone, it's Kathy.
And Paul here with iDulting.
We're here to help you navigate the crazy world of adulting.
Because let's be real, it's a wild ride. We'll be dropping tips, sharing stories,
And maybe even spilling some embarrassing secrets along the way.
so get comfortable, grab your favorite drink, get ready to laugh, learn, and level up your adulting game. This is iDulting. Don't forget to like, follow, and or subscribe, and share this podcast. Head over to iDulting.com for more information and to submit questions for us about iDulting.
And maybe even pick up some of our new merchandise. And if you know any fellow adults who need some guidance, send them our way.
And feel free to share this podcast freely out there. We'd like to get our numbers up.
So just want to let you guys know that we are partnering with Dubby Energy Drinks. And if you are a person who drinks Dubby or interested in drinking Dubby, if you go to www.dubby.gg and order Dubby, and in your discount code, type iDulting10, you'll get 10% off your purchase.
Hi, welcome to the iDulting podcast. Tonight's episode might have a little bit of a different tone. We do a lot of our research via internet and in person, talking to people. And what we're finding is that our topics are things that keep coming up and up and up. And we've covered many of them in previous episodes, yet they still keep coming up. People keep asking us about them. People keep sending suggestions in. If you are one of these people that's just whining, complaining, and not changing, then don't expect anything to magically get better. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And what that means is you need to change yourself. You need to take responsibility for this. And we're going to go over some of this in the episode. As an adult, it's on you to change, grow, and improve. And that, my friends, is the secret sauce that will put you above most of your peers when it comes to quality of life, performance, and your overall experience of living.
Becoming more adult is a fantastic journey of growth, independence, and self-discovery. It's not about being boring or stopping all the fun, but about gaining skills, taking on responsibilities that build confidence and prepare you for the future, for real life.
Understand, being an adult isn't always easy or fun.
Many times you're expected to put on your big boy or big girl pants, and it's tough. It stinks sometimes, but it also builds resiliency.
The truth is, we all have challenges and issues. And quite frankly, the world in general doesn't give a crap about those. Sure, your family and close friends might, but others don't. They have their own stuff to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
And although many people grew up getting participation trophies, that's not how the real world works. Don't walk around expecting to be acknowledged simply because of your effort. Sometimes you need to actually win to get the trophy.
An adult level of maturity is an expectation, not a nice to have. You can't walk around like a 4-year-old throwing a temper tantrum and expect to be treated like an adult.
Life's not going to spoon feed you what you need. Sometimes you need to go and get it yourself.
It's imperative that you get out of your comfort zone to embrace growth. Growth doesn't happen when you're sitting on your posterior in your comfort zone, playing your usual video games, talking to your usual people. Growth happens when you go find it and go do it. Growth is an action thing, not a reaction thing, not a sit and it'll be bestowed upon you thing.
For many of you, it isn't all your fault, but it is where you are, so improvements are up to you. Life may have given you some crap, and your parents may have done too much for you, but now it's up to you.
Honestly, we're guilty probably of doing too much for our own children, and we're learning now, we're evolving now, we're out of our comfort zone now, learning new skills, learning how to help emerging or young adults be adults. A special note for parents of adults, redefine your parenting job description. Become mom and or dad 2.0. This is the version where it's an adult to adult relationship, not a child-parent relationship.
Allow your adult to have space and to come to you. Don't do for them what they can do for themselves.
As painful as it is, don't shield them from the consequences of their actions. We definitely have been guilty of that one.
Multiple times.
Don't allow your adult child's crisis to become your crisis. I'm not saying don't feel for them, don't empathize with them, but they played the stupid game. Let them get the stupid prize.
Land your helicopter. Don't cook, clean, or do laundry for them on the regular. I mean, once in a while, switching a load of wash, fine. But normal adults, which are what you now have, do these things for themselves.
When they're struggling to find a solution to a problem, sit back and let them find it. If they get stuck or if they're having more difficulty than they should, let them come to you. Don't go spoon feeding them the results. Let them have life experience. We sit here as adults with decades of life experience above a young adult especially, and we offer them the solution. Although we want them to skip the hard parts and the errors, a lot of this has to be learned through life experience, and all that life experience isn't always positive. Sometimes the best experiences in life are when you fell off your bike and figured, that was dumb, don't let me do that again.
Don't let them live with you if they aren't contributing to your household. If they are grown adults, they are not in school, they need to have a job. And if they have a job, they should be contributing financially to your household. If they are in school, they should be doing things around your household, things that adults do.
Do not pay their way. Even when it becomes difficult for them, as adults, it's their responsibility to fund their recreation, their bills, their responsibilities. Do not do it for them. We in our household have kind of bent that a little bit or kind of modified it in that we're watching young adults trying to get jobs, actively trying, having a hard time. It takes a long time. So what we do is allow
Extra chores, and we'll give them a little money so that they can buy gas and go to a movie. But because they're actively looking for a job, not because they're sitting around doing nothing.
another key to note here, parents, is unsolicited advice is often taken as criticism by young adults. I am the king of unsolicited advice. You might as well call me Mr. Fix-It. I owe my children A, an apology, and B, a change in myself here.
You want your kids to want your advice, so wait for them to come to you. They know what you are good at. They know what they can't understand. They will ask when they're ready.
So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some key areas and practical things that they can do to start being more adult. Number one, master personal responsibility and independence. I can't stress that enough. They have to own their own actions and their own independence. It's the core of being an adult. They need to take ownership of their space, of themselves, of their actions. And what does that look like? They're going to keep their room tidy, do their own laundry, and contribute to household chores without being asked. This shows respect for your living environment and those you share it with.
They're going to start to manage their own schedules, learn to use a calendar, digital or physical, for school assignments, extracurriculars, appointments, social plans. This includes setting reminders and arriving on time to things.
And they're going to handle the logistics of those things. If they need a ride somewhere, they're going to have to ask for it well in advance. It's not your responsibility as their parent to jump up off the couch or cancel your own plans because they failed to communicate with you. They have to own the consequence of the action of not asking. If you have something to do, so be it.
And if you have an appointment, doctor, dentist, schedule it. If you're an adult and you know you need a yearly physical, call the doctor's office. They don't bite, especially through the phone. They're not always nice, but they'll do what you need. Make yourself an appointment. Try to manage these things that your parents used to do for you.
And if you think it's hard talking to the doctor's office, wait till you try to make your way through a maze at a billing department or at a bank or a car payment or something like that. The doctors will be smiling comparatively to the other companies. It's on you as a young adult to problem solve first. When you encounter an issue, try to think through possible solutions before asking for help immediately. Don't just act like, oh, I'm done. I dropped the hot potato. Think about what can you do to solve this problem. It helps build critical thinking and self-reliance. If you get stuck, ask for help, but not until you have thought through this situation first. Pause, think about it, maybe take a step back and look at other solutions. Don't just run to your parents or to someone else and be like, oh, I can't do it. How many times have we witnessed in our own house, well, where are my keys? I looked in the bowl to find them on the coffee table. Like, start doing your stuff.
Learn basic life skills. Cooking, start with simple meals, pasta, eggs, make yourself a sandwich. Gradually learn more complex dishes. Being able to feed yourself is fundamental. Basic car maintenance, knowing how to check your oil and your tire pressure, knowing what to do if you get a flat, knowing if your car is making some strange noise. This is something you should be aware of. Simple repairs. Learn how to unclog a drain, change a light bulb, use basic tools like a screwdriver and a hammer.
Next up is develop financial literacy. Every time we look this up or anytime we talk to someone, to the point of, do me a favor, listen to our freaking podcast. We talk about it in budgeting. We talked about it in credit. Listen to those back episodes. But it's really important that you get a job. You have to have income of some sort coming in. Earning your own money teaches you its value and the effort required to get it. Create a simple budget. Even with limited income, track where your money comes and goes. This helps you prioritize wants versus needs.
Start saving your money. Set a goal, open a savings account, put a portion of every paycheck into that savings. You're going to need it one day.
Understand needs versus wants. Practice distinguishing between things you genuinely need, such as food, essential clothing, and things you want. New video game, trendy outfit, extra furniture or different furniture. You have to know need versus want.
And plan. You want things, that's fine. Everyone wants things. But if you buy the wants before you've paid for the needs, now you don't have something you actually need.
Learn about credit before it's needed. There's a great resource. Just go back a couple episodes. We did an episode about basic credit, but understand what a credit score is, why it's important, how it can affect future loans or renting an apartment. We recently learned a bunch as one of our iDults was getting our first apartment about income ratios to first month's rent and what utilities are included and how much renter's insurance covers versus how much it costs. So there's a lot to learn about renting, and buying a house is a whole different animal.
And I know all of you think building credit means going out really quickly and getting a credit card. You don't need it yet. What you need is an income. Once you have a substantial income or at least a consistent income, then you can look at a credit card.
Next on our list is cultivating emotional maturity. I'm going to tag this one with, got an issue? Here's a tissue. This is another one where young adults aren't all at fault here. Parents made this too. It's about managing your inner world and your interactions. You want to be able to recognize and label your emotions, pay attention to how you're feeling, and try to name that emotion. Are you frustrated? Are you anxious? Are you excited? This is self-awareness step is the first one in managing those emotions. I will also add, while you're doing this, you don't have to outwardly show those emotions at all times. You have to keep your emotions appropriate to where you are and what you're doing.
Everyone who's having a bad day or feels genuinely sad about something isn't depressed. You don't have to label everything. It doesn't have to be an illness. It could just be you're feeling sad.
Develop healthy coping mechanisms. Instead of instantly reacting impulsively, find constructive ways to deal with stress, anger, sadness. Some examples are exercise, talking to a trusted friend, journaling, listening to music. Those are healthy coping mechanisms. I would also warn that instead of reacting, pause in the moment, grow that pause, and then respond, don't react. React implies you're not really thinking, it's automatic. Response is a thought about thing.
Practice empathy. Try to understand situations from other people's perspectives, even if you disagree with them. This builds better relationships. If somebody is having a bad day and you can't seem to understand why they're having a hard day, step back, think about if you were in their shoes, how they would feel and why.
Communicate effectively. You need to learn to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and respectfully without resorting to yelling, shutting down, storming out. It's very important and it works across the board in your home, with your friends, at work, everywhere. Communication is key, and it's important that it always stays clear and respectful. Also, practice active listening. That means you're listening to the person that's speaking or interacting with you before you're already planning your response. You want to listen and understand what the person is saying to you before you respond to it.
Take responsibility for your actions. When you make a mistake, acknowledge it, own it, apologize sincerely, try to learn from it, avoid blaming others. When something doesn't go your way or you do something wrong, please don't use the "it's somebody else's fault." You did it. It's your fault. Apologize, make it right, and learn from it.
And sometimes it's just your part in that action that you're apologizing for. You don't need to mention the other person's part. That's not your concern. Your concern is taking care of you. So next, you need to learn to engage with the world around you. When I looked at the list of the top 50 things that are bothering adults, anxiety, depression, loneliness, no matter what list it is, they're always on the top. Engaging with the world around you is a huge counteraction to those top 3 or 4 things on that list. It means you're an active, informed citizen. You're getting involved in the world, but you're not getting paralyzed by what's going on in the world. You want to stay informed. You want to read or listen to reliable news sources about current events, local issues, and global affairs. Understand that there's different perspectives. That doesn't mean that the other side is evil, that we have to hate them or anything like that. There's actually 3 sides to every issue: ours, theirs, and the truth. So you have to do what you can to get to the truth. And to do that, you have to understand the ours and theirs perspectives.
Get involved in your community. Volunteer for a cause you care about. This not only helps others, but it also builds skills, personal skills for you. It expands your network and it gives you a sense of purpose. There are so many times we research stuff and it comes up that I have no purpose in life. I have no direction in life. I don't know what to do with myself. Get involved. Volunteer, help someone else out. It will give you a purpose. It may not be your forever purpose, but it will give you a purpose.
I'm going to add to that. When you get involved, be 100% all in. Whether it's work, school, family, do everything you can to be 100% in that moment at that time. If you're focused in the right now, because this is all you can control, life starts to seem a little bit more palatable to you. Self-advocacy. Learn to speak up for yourself respectfully, whether it's talking to a teacher about a grade, asking for help, or setting boundaries with friends. And that would be one area I would say: when you're getting gas, practice it. When you're at Quick Check, practice it. Look people in the eye, say, how you doing? How's your day? And ultimately, that becomes more comfortable.
And stop asking your parents to do things for you. Stop asking them to make this phone call. Stop asking them to order your food when you're out at a restaurant. You're adults now. These are things you can do.
Remember, adulting is a lifelong process, and you go through stages of it. When you're 18 and just getting out of high school, you're an intermediate adult. So you're a true iDult at that point. You're just trying to figure out the world. Then you become a junior adult, I guess, after you hit your mid-20s, where you're starting to realize how much adulting really is. And then you start to hit stride probably somewhere around 30. Enjoy the ride and understand there's different parts of it. No one expects an 18-year-old to have the same life experience or knowledge base a 30-year-old has. It's just not possible. I sit here at 53 years old and tell you I learn something new every day, and I absolutely love it. It excites me to learn new things. The goal isn't perfection, but consistent effort and a willingness to learn from your experience. Progress over perfection. Growth each day. Start with a few areas that seem manageable, and you'll build momentum over time.
Just remember, you've got this, iDults. Keep your head up, your spirits high, and keep adulting with us. Go forth and conquer the world, or at least your to-do list.
And don't forget to like, follow, and/or subscribe. Tell your friends, share the podcast, and head over to iDulting.com for more information and to connect with us. See you on the next episode. Be safe.